I agree completely. The opportunity for a business of 5 people to have the IT infrastructure of a large company is suddenly becoming true, and it's very exciting. And then the capabilities, like you're talking about with CRM or business intelligence. And you know, you're completely right that it's going to be the partners that are going to help them understand what's right for their business. Because that's the difficult thing, particularly in small business. People, you know, they're not computer people at heart. They're business people. They're worrying about, you know, an architecture firm or a bakery or some sort of manufacturing. And so they need a partner that's going to help them what's right for their business.
Sí, absolutamente, estoy completamente de acuerdo. Es una gran oportunidad para los negocios quizás pequeños de 5 personas. Pueden llegar a tener la infraestructura informática de una compañía grande y también las capacidades, como usted dijo, de CRM o de inteligencia de negocios. Los partners lo que van a hacer es ayudarlos a comprender qué necesita su negocio, porque quizás la gente en las pequeñas empresas son gente de negocios, no entienden quizás de informática, quizás una firma de arquitectura o una panadería, entonces es el trabajo del partner de guiarlo y darle lo que realmente necesitará.
Let me go back to the point you made earlier, which was, you know, you talked about how this computing, cloud computing transition is sort of like the PC transition in 1983. You know, before 1983, a lot of small businesses didn't have computers. Now it's quite rare that you go into a business and they don't have some sort of computing infrastructure. And I think this is, like you're saying, the next wave. And it's exciting. You think about it, it's kind of a democratization of things like business intelligence.
Y déjeme volver un poco al punto que hizo antes acerca de la transición a la nube, que es similar a la transición cuando salió la PC en el 83. Antes de 1983 los pequeños negocios no tenían computadoras y ahora realmente es extraño entrar a cualquier negocio y que no tengan una. Creo que es la próxima ola y realmente es muy emocionante, es como una democratización de los servicios.
You know, and then of course Microsoft, we're betting like what we did in 1983, you know, and through the 90s, that we're here and we're going to do this again. And, you know, our vision continues to be with and through partners. And that's quite different than many of our competitors out there. You know, if you look, some of them will talk about how they're working with partners, they're trying to develop channels. But if you look at what they're doing, it's actually very much steering towards a direct model. And we are absolutely involving partners in everything we're doing. ISVs, LARs, DISTIs, VARs, you name it, they're coming with us.
Y bueno, somos Microsoft, estamos apostando, haciendo una apuesta, como hicimos en el 83, como hicimos a lo largo de la década del 90, y lo estamos haciendo otra vez. Nosotros tenemos una visión que la tenemos con y a través de los partners. Esto realmente nos diferencia de nuestra competencia, porque algunos trabajan con los partners para desarrollar canales que simplemente conducen al mismo modelo, pero nosotros los involucramos en todo momento, a los VARs, los LARs, a todos los partners.
Yes, it's interesting that I think Microsoft is the only company in the IT industry that have channels for all the markets, no? Because if you have IBM or Oracle, they have channels, but for mid-markets or for, you really can have channels for very, very, very small businesses to very, very, very large ones, no? Finance or banks.
Yeah.
So it's
makes my job tricky.
The complexity, the complexity is different.
It is. There's a lot of complexity.
Es sorprendente, o sea, es muy importante ver cómo en el año 93 todo el poder de cómputo estaba en los data centers, estaba en los grandes centros de cómputo, y la llegada de las PCs le dio el poder de cómputo a la gente, al individuo, en una PC. Llega el momento del cloud y ahora otra vez todo el cómputo deja de estar en la mano para estar en la nube, y todos los dispositivos que antes le daban todo el poder, ahora son solo acceso a la nube. O sea, desde un teléfono, una tablet, una PC, son todos dispositivos de acceso, pero sin que el usuario pierda el poder del manejo de la información.
And it's really surprising. It's very important that before all the power was in the data centers, in the big data centers, and after the PC, we gave the power to the individual in only one computer. And now in the cloud, everything is going back again, and everything stops to be in your hand, and it goes back to the sky, to the cloud. And the devices that used to give the power are now simply access devices, like a computer, a tablet, a telephone. These are simply access devices to the information.
Yes, that's true. Although, you look at devices like the power in the phone now, this is more powerful than, a lot of the computers in 1993. And the partners are using that power for calculation, for presentation. So it's not that they're just being used as, I guess, what you call a dumb device. And with some of the things that we're working on, particularly HTML5, I think we're going to see some very interesting client-side opportunities happen within the next year or two.
Sí, es verdad, pero por ejemplo, hoy en día tenemos el poder en el teléfono, que quizás este teléfono sea más poderoso que la mayoría de las computadoras en 1983. Y los partners utilizan este poder para quizás cálculos, presentaciones. No solo son dispositivos para dar el acceso, sino, por ejemplo, ahora que estamos trabajando con el HTML5, va a ser una oportunidad muy interesante para todos, que se va a empezar a ver en 1 o 2 años.
So it's a new world with the operating system for the smartphones, no? So the middleware is important also for this kind of clients.
Absolutely.
Sí, perdón.
Ya que a él le gustan las anécdotas, en 1985, luego de firmar con Microsoft, con Bill Gates, la licencia de MSX, Bill Gates nos recomendó y nos presentó a su socio, que era Kai Nishi, que era el presidente de SoftBank, y juntos...
Que es el que hizo ASCII.
Sí, y era el socio de Bill Gates, y bueno, viajamos a Japón para reunirnos con Kai Nishi, y él nos mostró un teléfono, y en el año 1985 él dijo: un teléfono con todas estas teclas es suficiente para poder manejar toda la información, y eso va a llegar.
Since you like anecdotes, in 1985, after signing with Bill Gates in Microsoft for the license, he actually recommended us to his partner, Kai Nishi. He was back then the president of SoftBank. So we traveled to Japan to meet Kai Nishi, and he showed us this telephone. It was 1985, and he said the telephone with all this, with this keyboard, it's just enough to manage and to handle the business.
That's good. Japan has always had good mobile vision.
Well, he also invites the ASCII, the type, no, the ASCII code. So, what are the most excitement incentive program that you are running right now for the channels?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer because we have a lot of incentive programs. I would say that if we take it from the partner perspective, which one's most exciting is going to depend a bit on their business. If you're a distributor, you're probably going to be the most excited about the disti rebates that we're doing. We've got great VAR programs going on. I guess if I was going to point at one in particular, I would say take a look at what we're doing with the cloud incentives, because they're some of the richest incentive programs that Microsoft has ever had in markets. And I think they really help show, I think there have been people who've questioned our genuineness around the push to the cloud. And I think the incentives show that we are absolutely driving on this super hard. And so, whether it's what we're doing with Lars around cloud, distis on cloud, the solutions rebates, or what we're doing with Azure. It's a very, very broad and rich structure which shows the company's commitment.
Bueno, creo que es una pregunta muy difícil porque tenemos muchísimos programas de incentivo y creo que depende de la perspectiva de cada partner y depende de su negocio saber cuál será el mejor. Por ejemplo, para los distribuidores van a estar posiblemente muy emocionados acerca del rebate. También tenemos muy buenos programas de BART. Si tengo que nombrar uno en particular, hablaría del incentivo a la nube. Sí, es uno de los mejores programas de incentivos de Microsoft. Y creo que este incentivo lo que hace es mostrar que realmente estamos muy concentrados y muy decididos a insertarnos en la nube. Y esto puede servir para todos, para los large distis, para los rebates de las soluciones.
Yeah. There is
solution incentives, maybe to mention.
Well, yeah, I mean, within the context of competencies, we've built a solution incentives program that right now is out there with solutions around virtualizations and system management. We've got a program for business intelligence. There's one around Windows 7 and Office deployments, and there's one out there around Link and our new voice solutions. And those are all, again, I would say very oriented towards solution partners, systems integrators and VARs that are adding value in that way. I think it's new for us, and it's showing that the increased value that we're placing on solution partners in the ecosystem.
You recognize them for build a solution or to see the opportunity?
Very, very good question. We recognize them for the work that they're doing in the selling cycle, right? In the past, we've compensated for the transaction, but not for the selling work. And this is designed to help recognize them for the work they did selling.
Hablando en el contexto de los incentivos para las soluciones, de los incentivos de soluciones, esto se puede trabajar con la virtualización, con los managers de sistemas. Tenemos programas también para inteligencia de negocios, para Windows 7, para Link, para las nuevas soluciones de todo Microsoft. Esto está orientado más que nada a los partners dedicados a las soluciones, a los integradores de sistema, a los VARs, pero esto es nuevo y muestra quizás que está más integrado en todo el ecosistema, y el reconocimiento se da por el trabajo que se hace en el ciclo de venta. Antes se hacía por la transacción, pero ahora se los recompensa por la venta en sí.
At this point, when I remember Kevin Turner showing a slide and you see a train in the middle of a tunnel. And you see a channel and a little light and a train, and so I think
what was a tunnel?
A channel
and a light
at the end. Yes.
Is the train or is the
eso, yes. Is the train or is it? Well, Diego Beckerman, que lo presentamos de paso, él se la acuerda mejor. Pero era muy interesante, ¿no? Porque era si el cloud iba a ser un desafío o no. Si el túnel era una amenaza, un tren que se te venía encima y te iba a aplastar, o si el cloud era
una oportunidad.
Sí, por ahí lo puedes traducir mejor que yo.
So it was just meant to be that whether the cloud was going to be a challenge or not, it was actually going to be an opportunity or just the train coming to crash you.
Well, I think Kevin was.
We are in the middle of the channel right now. I think.
Kevin was challenging you to to think about.